There's a new video once again of a white female exhibiting her racism toward a black man. And it's things that we keep seeing over and over and over again in the news. Now, you have a brother by the name of D'Arreion Toles. He is a business owner. He was going to go inside of his home. Now, this brother lived in the downtown area of St. Louis. He stayed in luxury lofts. Now, just that combination alone, a black man, business owner, successful, staying in a luxury area, is a big red flag to the white supremacists. They want to know exactly who you are, what you got going on, what you're doing, hence the lady in this video. Now, this woman, Hilary Brooke Thornton, she's going to block this brother from trying to enter his place to stay where he paid rent on his lease. And I want you to watch the whole video, and we'll come back and talk about it.
Please move, ma'am.
I can. Okay. Do you live here?
I'll answer that question. Excuse me.
I'm sorry. The keypad is right there.
Okay. I understand that, ma'am.
You can film me. That's
okay.
fine.
I understand, ma'am, but you're blocking me.
Into my building.
Okay. And it's my building as well, so I need you to get out my way.
Okay. What unit?
I don't need to say that information. So excuse me, ma'am.
I'm uncomfortable.
Okay, you can be uncomfortable. That's your discretion. You're uncomfortable because you're you. I need you to move out my way, please.
No.
Now, please stop touching me.
I'm not touching you.
You just was previously before.
I'm not touching you at all.
So I'm going to step in.
I'm not touching you, and I'm not in any way doing anything outside of letting my dog go to the bathroom.
Okay, and I live here and you're blocking the door.
What unit?
I don't need to tell you that. What unit do you live in?
307.
Okay, great. I'm on the 4th floor. Excuse me.
No. You don't have a key fob. You are... No.
No.
If you have that, then okay.
Ma'am, you're not security. You're not the property manager. You're not Mike Herman.
No, but I live here.
Okay, and I live here too. You're not Mike Herman. You're not Rick.
I don't like the fact you have your phone in my face.
Okay, I don't like the fact that you're blocking me for where I paid.
All I'm asking is what unit?
But you're not. I don't need to tell you that information, ma'am.
If you want to come into my building.
It's not your building. You're not the owner. You pay rent.
Sir, you walked up on a street.
Yes, and I've already buzzed in. I've already
used
used
not.
Okay, man, it does not even matter. Can you get out of my way?
No. Can you show me the key fob into this building?
I'm not showing you anything. And the second, ma'am, I'm bound to walk through where I live at. So.
No.
Okay.
Can you show me the key fob into this? No.
Excuse me.
No.
Excuse me.
Are you kidding me? Wow.
Call the police, whatever you want to do.
Where are you going? Do you have a key fob that looks like this? You can film all you want. I'm not being rude. I'm not being disrespectful. You walked into a building that I was taking my dog out and pushed your way in. No. Who are you going up to the 4th floor to see? No, I want to know who you're going to see.
So now you're going to follow me?
I am.
Why?
Because I would like to know who's friends and why you're here.
Because I live here.
And if you do, then I would like to meet you because you're a neighbor. And
you're going to start off on a good note. I don't want to do no dealings with you. I'm going to my house. Where I live at, where I pay.
I would like to introduce myself then as a neighbor. I would like to introduce myself.
I do not want to speak with you. Please stop following me. I'm going to call the cops for harassment. That's my next step. You just follow me all the way to my door.
As a player.
And you see my keys in the door. As a record,
I just want to say hi.
Ma'am,
What is your name?
Ma'am,
And I'm
you just,
not-
no. Have a good night, ma'am. Don't ever do that again. You look pretty stupid on video. Have a nice night.
To
And my name's
what?
Mr. Toles. Thank you.
Wow.
So as you saw, this woman had the audacity to stand in this brother's way. And that's exactly what she feels that she can do to a black man, because she has been told all her life that she has a privilege and a right to tell black people what to do. Because if she didn't have this privilege and right that's given to her by the system of racism and white supremacy, she would not do this. And it's not only her. We've seen this countless of times, how black people are harassed, and it's not by other groups of people. Have you noticed that? You don't see black people blocking the doors in apartments. You don't see black people pulling out guns and threatening young white men from coming inside of an apartment like we saw a while ago. We don't see Arab people doing this, Asian people doing this, Native American people, Hispanic people, all these other non-white groups. You don't see them doing this. We're talking about on a constant. We're not talking about a one-off. But why is it you see this one group of people doing this? Because this one group of people have been given the privilege of white supremacy, and they feel they can do whatever the hell they want to do. And I base that on the actions and the history of this nation, not as individuals, but just as what we see all the time. Now, if all of them doing this, not saying that they are. I've seen a lot of white people that called it out as racism on Facebook. Some of them are very disgusted by this, but we have to call it what it is. It is nothing but white supremacy, what we saw in this video. So she feels she has a right to question a black man and tell a black man what to do and ask what's his name and where his key fob and his number where he's at. She feels she has a right, even though the brother, and like I say, because some people would have put on her backside, especially when she putting her hands on him. So she's blocking his entry. She's putting her hands on him. And, you know, in the Me Too era, that's called sexual assault, right? So she was sexually assaulting him in the Me Too era. So he pushed past her because he was being sexually assaulted. And he's walking, trying to get to his place. She's stalking this man. So on top of sexual assault, she's stalking this man. Followed this man all the way up to his apartment, the straight stalking. And then at the end, you heard her, she says, well, for the record, what is your name? Why do you want to know the man's name? Now, based off of what a lot of people, even women saying this, and I agree with this too, you just wanted BBC. That was what you wanted. And you was hoping this brother was one of the dumb ones to fall for that crap. Because you got some silly brothers that will fall for that. But this brother wasn't one of them. And, you know, let's address something real quick. When I was making videos, you know, before all this craziness, you know, with me that happened, and they say, oh, he shouldn't talk about this, he shouldn't talk about that. Let me tell y'all something. None of y'all control my mouth or my opinion on how I feel about a thing. And when I talk about things in a system of racism and white supremacy, it is to warn you, brothers. At the end of the day, you do whatever you want to do. But when it comes to this kind of woman in this video, that woman will lie and get you killed. We saw that if that tape didn't come out the other day from Brooklyn, that would have been another situation on a black child. We know this. Miss Carolyn Bryant, 2018. Now this one, on top of what she done to him, remember, blocking his entry, sexual assaulting him, stalking him, and now sitting up here asking for his name for what? We don't know. I thought you was going out to walk your freaking dog, right? Then she calls the police on this brother, and the police show up 30 minutes later to his door. He didn't do anything wrong. But yet he's the one being questioned by the police after, once again, he was blocked, sexually assaulted, stalked, and harassed. The real reason on top of that is that when you see a black man or woman successful, but especially the black man, because see, if a black woman's successful, they don't view her as a threat. The black man is a complete threat to the system, because the black man with a right amount of money, and you know, as a man, your attitude change when you get a certain level of success as black men. Certain things you're not going to put up with, certain things you're not going to endure. You're not going to be bowing down. I mean, especially if you're that type of man that's just not in you to do so. Now, of course, we have some black men, no matter how much money they get, they still going to bow down. Well, a lot of men just not going to do that. And they can't stand to see a black man with money. I remember it was just so funny. You know, they are the biggest pocket watchers ever. They will pocket watch you more than anybody else when they see you have something. I remember a brother I work with on the job, and his brother had got a new car, and he was just, actually, he told me he was just trying it out for a couple of weeks to see how it was. And so all the brothers, you say, oh, okay, that's straight. Just looking at the car, whatever. Now, that was the response from black people. Now, when it came to the white males, they were like, how did you get that car? I mean, their eyes was huge about a Porsche Cayenne, right? To me, it's a car. I don't care nothing about that. I mean, if it's straight, it's straight. I don't care if you get a Ferrari, Lambo, Bugatti. I'm going to look at it. I'm going to say, man, that's cool. And that's the end of it with me. I'm not tripping on that. But this brother was also involved in the music industry, but behind the scenes, not as a rapper or nothing like that. One of them asked him, well, you got a contract from a record label? That's why you bought that? Like, trying to get out in this business. He said, no, he didn't even respond to that. Then the supervisor came out, saw it, trying to figure out how he could pay for something like that. Then the supervisor, the main one, say, well, wow, that's a nice car. How much we paying you? That what they told the brother, how much we're paying you. They don't want black men to have anything. See, as long as you are Pookie and Ray Ray and you struggling and you out there doing things you have no business, they are comfortable with that. As long as you on food stamps and welfare, Section 8, they are comfortable with that. Y'all have to understand the history of this country. See, they could not stand Black Wall Street because this is what they stated. They said, how is it that we have nothing but those blacks are living over there in mansions? That's why they destroyed Black Wall Street, because they cannot stand black excellence. They cannot stand black people having a thing. And unfortunately, we have a group of people in our community that feels the exact same way about black people, and that's so stupid. It's enough for all of us to go around. We all need to come up together. We don't need to have this, you only love black people because you're po-mouthing. You only love black people when you don't have nothing. That's stupid. The more you have, the more resources you have to help your people. You can't help your people without resources. You can't help your people without finance. You can't help them on words. That don't do anything. That doesn't equal any kind of power at all. So anytime you look at all of the race riots and Reconstruction, what were they doing? Destroying black people's success, black business owners, hanging them from trees, calling them uppity Negroes. That is the history of this country, and they still like that to this day. They cannot stand a successful black man, especially. See, they're not threatened by Oprah Winfrey, even though she got money. They're not threatened by her. But I guarantee you, if there was a brother, they'll be threatened by him. Because they view black men as a threat. So when they see a successful black man, they go on high alert. Hey, what's going on with this black man? He not out there tricking off money? He not getting a bunch of women pregnant? We can't catch him up on child support? Or what's going on? He don't want this woman in the video? He not even stunting this chick? Well, hold on, man. We got to figure out what's going on with him. He may be a threat. He getting money. He live in a luxury loft. He could pay for it. He not struggling. You can see the brother from the picture. I saw his Facebook page. He got his act together. So yeah, they go on high alert. They sure do. And I told you guys before, black excellence and white supremacy cannot coexist together because they have told a lie. They say we can't do nothing for ourselves. They have to help us. They have to do this. They have to do that. And when you are successful, when you have something as a black man, it messes with the core of their being. If they are white supremacists, it messes with the core of their being. They say, wait a minute, how is it that his car is worth more than my whole existence right now? How is it that his clothes, it look better than anything I ever have? That messes with their self-esteem. So that's why they have to try to sabotage you and bring you down and make you think that you can't do nothing in society as black men. And this is why they want to block you from entering your place to stay. This is why they want to follow you to your house. This is why they feel they can put their hands on you. And I told you about that before. They always putting their hands on black men. I told you that. Touch, 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 touch. And I told you on a spiritual level, they're trying to pull from your essence. Black man, don't let them touch you. I've told you that. They're always doing that. Touchy-feely to everything. This is something that we got to pay attention to. And this is why we must continue and push for the success of black people, but especially black men. Because that's the best revenge to white supremacy, because now you have resources to fight back. You can't fight back much where you don't have nothing. Think about it. They finance white supremacy. Billionaires like William Regnery finance Richard Spencer. See, that's what they do. That's why white supremacy stay going, because they understand I have to finance white supremacy. And we have to finance people in our community as well. This is why I have no problem donating to black people every month. This is why I have no problem sharing my platform to help other black people springboard. Even though I've had a few black people turn cold and, stab me in the back, and that's fine too. But I'm still not going to stop doing what I'm doing in that area of helping black folk. Brother's on the right path. He is not begging for a job. He's not out there saying, oh, well, I hope my boss give me vacation time. He's free. He's a black business owner. He's doing well. So, yeah, this woman want to block him. Now, of course, this woman has been ostracized. Her number's been put out. From what I heard, she's been fired from her job. And, the funny thing is, can we admit now that this high IQ propaganda they put out is a freaking lie? Because anyone that says they naturally have a high IQ wouldn't keep doing the same thing. You wouldn't keep doing something, getting on camera, being exposed, your information put out there, you lose your job. That sounds like someone with an extremely low IQ, don't you think? I mean, I'm just saying, because smart people don't do things like that. People with a higher IQ would understand that, hey, wait a minute, I've seen this happen 100 times. Why I'm going to be the person that it happened to again? That's why I say it's a lie when they say they have a higher IQ than anybody else. No one ever really fact checks that. They just put that out there. And unfortunately, some people believe that crap. But shout out to that brother, that went through all this. The world see this. And, those of you who are watching throughout the world, I know you looking at this video and you're saying, like, what is going on in America? We've been telling you guys for hundreds of years. Now the internet is exposing what really happens in this country. So you finally see it for what it is. This is why they don't have no right to come to your country and tell you anything, because when they tell you something, you say, hey, the moment you treat black people like human beings and treat them like citizens, then we can go ahead and talk. But leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about this particular video. And if it was you, brothers, how would you handle this?